Hello there, Ringside Crew.
Hey dudes at Ringside Crew, this is Davian.
Hey, it's Jenny Santana.
This is Alfie.
This is the Savage Juggernaut, Tamaku.
Ringside Ring.
This is Thomas D. Bruff.
This is Billy Starks.
Mr. Chad Epic.
Megan Mason.
Hey everybody, Scotland's own Brody Adler.
The headliner in charge, Marco Mania.
This is your girl Charisma.
Papa Dink, Brendan Dicker.
This is According to Woods.
Savannah Summers.
I'm Shorty.
You are watching
The internationally known
Dudes at Ringside podcast, hosted by Metal Geek and Joe the Panther Jr.
Take two of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I'm your host, Joe the Panther the Third, and now from the top of Metal Mountain all the way down to all 50 states and the globe, it's the happy heel himself, the Metal Geek.
What's going on, Ringside Crew? What's going on internationally, Noah? What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Joe? How's it going today?
Not too much. Let's take two. And now let's give a warm Dudes at Ringside welcome to everybody's favorite flight attendant, Rebecca Scott.
Did it work this time? Did it work? We're good?
Here I am.
We're
Here
good?
I am.
Yay.
I can hear you guys a lot better this time.
Oh gosh. I guess we're gonna have to start using this one
This is
because
very difficult.
a lot of people's computers some reason can't handle StreamYard.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, well, let's do this
This
again.
one, everything's frozen, but at least I can hear you guys.
That's
Okay.
good.
Okay. So, Rebecca, so like who you said who trained you from before, but like what, so how is it working with CCW?
No, you could have to change it again.
Yeah, who trained you if the fans missed that question?
Yeah. So I started training with Gino Caruso at East Coast Professional Wrestling. And then I went over and trained with Damian Adams at Team Adams. And then now I'm with AFA Junior for PPW.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know PPW.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Sorry.
Yeah, I want to learn from everybody. I want to learn as much as I can and all of the different styles, just so I can find kind of my own unique style that's going to work best for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. I know PPW. It's close to me. It's close to where I live.
Yeah, it's great. I love it. And Joe Panther,
Yeah.
AFA is amazing. He's so talented, knowledgeable. I'm so happy to be there.
We're also doing an owners month on the podcast in June. So if you could maybe like connect the dots for us, we'd be happy to have them. That's like
I'll chat with him. I'll see what we can do.
that'd be so much like that'd be because I could connect the dots. You could if we get them. You know, you did my grandfather did wrestle in your era. Like yeah. So you geek question.
All right. So how did the
So that would be cool.
Yeah.
How did everyone's favorite flight attendant gimmick come about?
I think that I just kind of pulled from my own life, and I hadn't really seen any flight attendant gimmicks or anything like that. And it's such a huge part of who I am as a human. And I thought because I like to do some of like the high flying stuff and stuff like that, that it kind of just worked. And it's a genuine part of my life. So I think it just kind of transitioned into that so naturally.
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny, like the way gimmicks go these days, Rebecca. Like they everybody has this interesting gimmick. Oh, I'm a monster. I'm a farmer, and it's like I'm a flight attendant. I go everywhere. I can travel anywhere.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're really a flight attendant.
It's not as intimidating as a monster.
It's not a gimmick at all.
It's not intimidating. It's realistic. It's real life. It's a real job. You're a flight attendant. That's like, not everybody can say they're a flight attendant. You know what I mean?
And a wrestler at the same time.
Yeah, and a wrestler.
It's really cool. And like I said, when I'm not wrestling, I'm flying, traveling somewhere else, and it just kind of happened that way because it's part of who I am. It's
Yeah.
really cool. I like it.
I thought of some really cool stuff for like merch. You could have little wings you can give to the kids and put them on their
You
on
could
their
have like a name badge or something that says
name badge
Rebecca.
with their like Rebecca and have like the name badge wings.
And you have your logo right there as like the wings.
Yeah.
That'll be a cool thing. You just have to have like
Yes. If I'm a face,
Ooh, sorry.
it's cutting out again. Oh no.
Oh no.
How would you pull the flight attendant?
Okay, I heard the oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how would you pull the flight attendant gimmick
What was that?
off if you were a heel?
He said, "How would you?"
I actually like.
Oh, sorry.
I like the gimmick more as a heel. Yeah, I think there's a little bit of a lag, but that's okay. I like it more as a heel. I had a match for Northeast Wrestling, and I was wrestling Ashley D'Amboise, who I think has been on your show too.
Yes, she has.
She's a good friend of mine too. So we were wrestling, and so I was heel, and I got to come out and make a whole promo to the fans. And it was a brewery show, so it was outside. Everybody was already socially distanced. So I came out and I did a whole spiel, like a flight attendant safety demo, but it was more so to make everybody pull up their masks. So within a matter of 10 seconds of me talking, I was getting booed, and I loved it. I don't know. It was so much fun.
Instant heat right there. He's like, sir, make sure you pull your seatbelt up or something.
Yeah.
Pull your mask all the way up, sir, or something.
Yeah, it was pretty fun, and
That's funny. That's great.
Yeah, for my safety, of course.
Yeah.
Not for everybody. For my safety, I needed everybody to have their masks up.
Yeah. That almost reminded me of that promo.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It was a random Canadian wrestler that made a promo for us, and she's a face, and she made like the most heelest promo I've ever seen anybody ever make on our podcast. Like she just because couldn't get a date, so I was like, "You want to make a promo? You can make a promo for us." And she's like, "But I'm a face." I'm like, "If you want to make a heel promo, go ahead." And she's like, "Okay." And Rachel, you would have thought you would have thought
when I first.
Oh, sorry. And you're good.
Go ahead. Sorry. It's delayed, so I don't know if there's silence or what it is.
Oh, no, you're fine. You would have thought this girl was been a heel her whole career. She just burnt it down. Okay, your turn.
Yeah. I think it's funner sometimes. You know what I mean? It's so out of character for me, so it's kind of it's fun to like pull that from like inside and be mean, especially to little kids running around being like, "Hey, you pick your boogers" or stuff like that. I love it.
Your turn, geek.
So who would you say your dream opponent is?
Ooh, see, that's a tough question. There's so many girls, especially in the independent wrestling scene. There's so many girls that just starting out, I haven't wrestled. I haven't had that many matches. So there's so many girls that I want to wrestle. I definitely I need a rematch against Megan. I think I almost had her, and she's twice my size. I think next time, I've been studying her. I think next time I can get her. I think Kylie King would be an amazing opponent.
Oh man.
Rubu Soho, if you're looking at more of, the sign talent. There's just so many. I've said this on another podcast too, but I want to tag team with LMK, Lil Mean Kathleen. I think we could create some magic. That would be so much fun. But yeah, I don't know. There's so many. I just want to wrestle everybody. I love wrestling. I've watched wrestling for years, and I want to wrestle everybody.
Awesome. We had Little Mean Kathleen on the podcast. That girl is hilarious.
Is she not the coolest?
We've had everybody you just named on our podcast, and the only one we haven't had was Ruby Soho. That's it.
Yes. Yeah. She's an amazing athlete too.
Yeah, definitely.
And it was funny. She made a random promo for us, but she did it on the podcast. So it was like she had her cell phone and she was just like, "I'm Little Mean Kathleen," and you're watching dudes at ringside. I was like, "Oh my god, Like, don't stare directly.
She's so cool.
She's so funny. She's
Yeah, I want to tag with her and beat up somebody big.
Yeah, she's like literally like one of the funniest wrestlers, and a lot of other wrestlers have told me she's like the funniest wrestler in the locker room.
Yeah,
so freaking funny.
Perfect, like funny. And she keeps everybody.
I met her at a WWR Plus show, and I think it was like my second show ever, my first like actual debut show, and she does like these crazy like muscle poses, and I didn't really know much about her because I didn't know too much about the independent scene at all, and I had flexed in my match, and she was like, "That was awesome," and then I watched her match, and I was like, "That was so much more awesome." Yeah, she's just awesome. I want to be her best friend.
I think once now we notice she's going to be in CCW, the other CCW. When we told the owner at CCW, because we've had him on the podcast, they have not seen nothing yet. That girl, she's a firecracker. The crowd will love her at CCW.
She is.
Oh my God. All she needs to do is stomp her feet, Rebecca, and the crowd, everybody's clapping. Everybody's clapping.
Yeah, she's over 1,000,000 times.
Oh God. Like you guys got some people from Boston now. Kathleen, Becca, Davian. You got the Boston trio right there. That's the Boston trio. Those girls. The queens. 3 queens of Boston right there. That's right there. The Boston area.
A little triangle.
They get the flight attendant. Don't forget that one, Joe. You're forgetting that one.
Yeah, and then the flight attendant's in the middle.
From Jersey.
Yeah, from Jersey. Ah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah. CCW has, I mean, have you guys seen the roster?
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. Stacked.
Top talent in this, you know what I mean? Yeah.
And they're still adding.
That's home. That's home. Right? I think
the way it looks.
Every week there's somebody else. That's, I think regardless of where my professional wrestling career goes, I'll always come back to CCW. CCW is always going to be my home now. It's just so welcoming. The talent is amazing. Everything.
Yeah.
It's just great. I'll always come back.
There's such a cool promotion, and like every time they post a video, I'm like, I look like Stewie excited with that. Oh my, good soup. Every time, like that match they just announced with the mystery girls that they kept every week. Me and Geek were like blown away every time they would load a person on that was it the 4 corner, the 5, whatever that.
The gauntlet match.
The gauntlet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Everybody's I was like, oh my God!
And not only that, it's not.
Another one.
I don't know how it's going to work, but if it's going to be like if it's going to be a single elimination gauntlet match, or is it going to be like, okay, this person's done, this person comes down to the ring now, or either way.
I don't know.
This way, it's going.
I'm going to be hiding underneath the ring, and I'm just going to jump out and attack the winner because I'm going for that title. I'm just
there
kidding.
you go. Now watch that happens, and we're like,
make sure you put your mask on your face. Put the mask on.
Right. The person with the belt knocked out on the floor, and you grab the belt. She's not wearing a mask, so this is my belt now. And then you
just throw a mask over her.
You just sleeper hold.
I swear, we're gonna see these ideas, and these ideas are just gonna play out.
We gave them a few ideas. It's hilarious. We gave the owners a few ideas, and we're like, that match would be cool. This match would be cool. And he's like, ooh, hold on.
That's how I spend most of my time, especially with me and like Megan Bain and even Nikki Duke. We all kind of just have that conversation all the time with each other. Like, you should do this, or you should put this into your arsenal, or, hey, what do you think about this type of, storyline? I think those types of minds in the professional wrestling world are so important. Just like you guys, like, hey, this would be really cool to see. Like, not everybody has that part of professional wrestling, so I think it's really important. So you guys keep doing that.
Yeah. There, I had an idea for your outfit. I noticed your outfit, you wear like pants. You should do like the thing from the Britney Spears video, Toxic, like have like the flight attendant hat and like the shoulder, the shirt, like a tank top with the shoulders. So when you come out to the ring, you're wearing like the skirt, like one of those, this flight attendant's skirt will have like the shorts underneath it. So when you could wrestle with the skirt on, or you could take it off. And you have like the tights.
That one I might steal from you. You guys might see that. I'm actually designing new gear right now, so that's a pretty good idea.
There's a few groups that make gear. There's one I follow on Instagram. I have to send you her page. But she's made a lot of wrestlers gear, like a lot. I can't think of her name offhand, but I'll send it to you.
Oh,
I gotta get her name at the end of the podcast. She's always popping up on the top of my
no gimmick gear.
No.
Yeah. I went out and met with her a month or two ago about like kind of my ideas and what I wanted to do, and she's going to draw some stuff up for me too. But I also work with another lady in New Jersey, and then a guy in California makes a lot of people's gear that I know, so I've reached out to him as well. I think it's just kind of the same. Like, I want to learn from everybody. I also want to like try different people's stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. I know that that's not necessarily like the normal, but I don't want to just be one cookie cutter type of person. You know what I mean? I kind of want all different types of influences, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of like our podcast in a way. Our podcast is not the normal podcast, as you could tell.
Yeah,
we just like to talk about everything in this podcast.
And we like to talk about food. So right now we're gonna do like we always do. What's your favorite food?
That's tough. I love all types of food. I like Indian food a lot. Yeah.
I like
Mexican food. Portuguese food is really good. I lived in the Ironbound area of Newark for a while, and they call that Little Portugal. And I think I ate Portuguese food every day of my life. Yeah, I don't know, because everywhere I go, every different country I go to or anything like that, I have like favorites from all the different places. So I don't. It's so hard to narrow it down.
Who's your what would you say your favorite match of all time is? You'd say
that I've been in, or just match?
Just in general.
That's a tough one too. I'm trying to like dig in the back of my brain for like, when I was a kid watching it, but then there's also been so many good matches recently too. So maybe not my favorite, but one that definitely stood out to me recently, because I'm a huge AEW fan, Mark, whatever you want to call it. I love AEW. I was at their first ever pay-per-view in Vegas, and I've kind of followed along throughout it. And at their Beach Break, I think was the name of their show, the Sammy Guevara and Cody Rhodes match was insane. Did you guys see that ladder match?
That match was insane. Probably one of the best matches I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, I watched it and my jaw was dropped the entire time. And they just kept going. I couldn't believe it. I've seen so many ladder matches, but they pulled out stuff that you just wouldn't think was going to happen and did amazing. And
the thing with Cody is, it's like he, good heel or face, he could get that heat though when he really wants to. But he's a fantastic worker though. You know what I mean? Everyone says, "Oh, he's too overrated. He's overrated." He's pulling his job. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing.
I think
get the baby face over. So
I think that's exactly right. And how many people like that have come to AEW since then that have had these phenomenal matches with him, and he's, you know what I mean? Face or heel, he's putting the person over, and he's making it a great match.
Yeah, Darby, Sammy, think about
Malachi Black when he first came in. Yeah,
beat him 3 times.
Yeah. Exactly.
it's
I'll
like
never
Jesus.
forget when he wrestled Brody Lee, and Brody Lee just came in and just basically wiped the ring with him and took the belt. And I was just like, did that just happen already?
Yeah.
That was a pretty cool match.
It's like there's certain matches that like get stuck in your head for like ever. Like for me, growing up in the 90s, the match that'll never leave my head, like 2 matches, is Bret the Hitman Hart versus Mr. Perfect at SummerSlam 91. And the second match that'll never leave my brain, because my dad, anytime I watch it, my dad always goes, "Oh, I know that guy." The jailhouse match between Big Boss Man and the Mountie.
Oh.
Because my dad is a former law enforcement officer, and he knows one of the cops that grabbed the Mountie and arrested him.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll have to look back on that. I gotta look at that one.
Yeah, that was a good match, even though it's funny because they couldn't do a jailhouse match nowadays. They couldn't put a real wrestler in the jail cell for the night. There'd be so much. Someone will get hurt.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you can't do that.
Wrestlers these days are too like, I can't do that. No.
Maybe me. Maybe they could put me in a jail cell. Take somebody out.
Like, all the guys like, nah, man, she beat me up, man. She beat me up. She stole my
That's
bread.
right.
She stole my water.
Yeah.
Give me your dinner.
Yeah.
You and
That's
Kathleen.
mine now.
You and Kathleen.
I'm telling you, we would be the biggest bullies in the world.
Give
The
me your
biggest small bullies in the world.
Give me your dinner. Big tough guy's like, oh my God, Kathleen's gonna beat us up again.
Just running around kicking people in the shins. Gold.
I could see it now.
I'm telling you.
I don't know why, but I kind of want to see Kathleen versus Marco Stunt for some reason.
Oh yeah, that would be kind of cool. Yeah.
I don't know why. I just, I think that would be a fun match, to be honest with you, because they're both great athletes.
Absolutely.
Somewhere
I think Marco
Kathleen-
Stunt is starting to do more stuff in the independent now too. So maybe you will see that.
So
Somewhere Kathleen is walking around going, "Who's talking about me? My ears are ringing."
I'll be glad to
dream
tell her.
match.
I think I've told her that before. I'm like,
Well,
we need to tag.
Yeah, she'll be like,
Yeah,
"Guys,
for me, I would say my favorite match would have to be Okada versus Omega 4.
Ooh,
That's like my all-time favorite match.
I'm trying to think if I know that one, if I've seen that match.
The Tokyo Dome. No, it's Osaka Dome.
Oh, maybe
Dominion,
not.
from Dominion.
And who was it? It cut out?
It was Okada Omega 4.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Omega's probably one of my favorite wrestlers of all time because he's just the best ever that ever walked this earth. He's so good.
So when you're not wrestling and training and being a flight attendant, do you ever get a chance to play video games?
Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot of video games. I think so. I have the virtual reality at my house, and that's kind of the only like video games I have. So there's this game that you're like a little mouse and you go through all these adventures. It's kind of like Harry Potter. I don't know how else to explain it. It's called Moss. So I play a lot of the virtual realities, which is kind of how I got through a lot of the pandemic. Just getting out of my house and into a different world. But other than that, I've never been like too great at video games.
Mm-hmm. Me, I'm stuck with the baseball games, and I like to play the wrestling games. And I'm so happy to say this. I got a chance to pre-order the new 2K22, so I'm excited to play.
Ooh, yeah.
Those graphics. I am so excited to play that game because now that I'm a podcaster and I get a chance to meet all you lovely ladies of the wrestling world, when I did the game, I would have the Raw and SmackDown, and I would create Legends, a Legends division between the WCW and all the Legends, and I would create my own women's division. Yes, I have my own women's show, and now I met all you lovely female wrestlers. Have to get your name down and see if someone made you, and I'll put you on the show with all the girls, and you'll be like, yay.
I'm still very green in the wrestling world, so I think 5 matches total. So it might
don't
take a
feel
little bit
bad.
longer, but then I'll be up there.
There's
Don't
people.
feel bad because me and Joe are green at the podcast game.
We're
so
green.
there
We're
you
green
go.
together. We're green together. Yay! You're in the
You
game.
guys got this. You know what's going on.
We're all green here, so there
Like,
you
Yeah,
go.
that's okay. We'll
Like
take
I
it.
said, like you think that you're nobody would make you in a video game, and I've looked up wrestlers that I'm like they're not going to be in this game from 2K19, and I looked them up,
Yeah.
and I'm like, wow, they're actually in it. Wow, they're really here. The ones I'm excited to see if they have in the game. I want to see if they have Little Mean Kathleen for the new game. If anybody made a Kathleen, please make her for the 2K22, please.
Oh, I'm sure she's already there. She has such a big following. Everybody loves her.
I want to see if anybody makes Megan Bain. I have to see Kylan King, which is she's another Dudes at Ringside alum.
Yeah, and so talented.
Oh yeah, it's like and the twins. I want to see if they make our Dynamite twins.
Oh,
Dynamite twins, Renegade twins.
I say Renegade. I say Dynamite. I don't know why I say Dynamite. I think Dynamite.
They've been on Dynamite, I think. If that counts.
They'll take me out with one finger. I'm like 5'1" and about like $140.
Oh yeah, they will. I've seen them in action firsthand. I haven't had to wrestle them yet, but they're pretty good too. So many good. I mean, the women's wrestling in general right now is just so hot. Yeah, exactly.
It's so awesome to think like back in the day, in the 90s, like the women's wrestling wasn't that popular. It wasn't that good. And now it's so like you could go anywhere in the country and out of the country and see an awesome women's match. And there's so many bright stars in the world of women's wrestling. It's so beautiful to know you go anywhere in the world, you'll find a wrestler you've never heard about on a women's roster. And you'll be like, dang, look at her. Look at this girl. Yeah.
They're just popping up everywhere now.
So what's one place you haven't traveled to that you would love to travel to?
Australia.
Australia.
So I have been to every continent besides Antarctica and Australia. And I don't know if I'll ever make it to Antarctica, but I definitely want to get to Australia. I was actually going to go right before everything shut down. And then my plans kind of got postponed. So I need to get over there. And South Africa, we just started flying there and to Johannesburg. And I want to go there. I want to go on a safari, go shark diving and do all that fun stuff.
Definitely. Those are dream places right there. There, Japan, England is another one.
We just been fiending to go to England with our podcast. So I mean fiending, Rebecca, fiending. He's like, we're gonna go to England, Joe. Right? I'm like, yes, Kate.
Do you know what part of England you want to go to?
Everywhere.
we have fellow podcasts that are from England that want to meet us. We have like 2 or 3 promotions that want us to come to a show. They're like, to come to a show. We're like, sure.
Yeah, get over there.
Yeah.
I think Manchester and London are open now too. So
wow. See that, Joe? Manchester and London are open.
I got a lot of pennies to deposit. I got enough. You know how much it costs to fly across the world? I think I need $5 of pennies.
It's not across the world, Joe. It's actually only across the pond.
It really is. It's just a little hop. I think about 6 hours, I think is the flight time.
Hours. Yeah, it's not that bad, Joe.
Yeah.
I don't think I could take my long boom mic across the pond. I'll have to bring a head mic. They'll be like, "What's this big long?" They'll do to me what they did to Metal Geek when he went to Florida for the first time with his podcast.
They get you.
Oh my gosh, they got him.
It's like they were looking at the microphone saying, "What's this?" And I'm like,
"A microphone."
I'm being serious. Now I know how the wrestlers feel when they have to go through security with the belts and the money, the bank briefcases and all that stuff. And I'm like, yeah, now I know how they feel.
I'll stop you.
They're like, what's in the briefcase, sir? What's in the briefcase?
You're like, it's not that good.
It's a contract.
Like, I don't get it. Like, if you recognize, I know they're supposed to be like very serious because they're security and everything, but like it's pro wrestling.
To be fair, sometimes they stop me, and I'm a flight attendant, so I think it's all around. They'll just get you.
Yeah, that's why that's one of my fears. If I go see Metal Geek in Florida, if I had to go with him, that'd be my fear. I have to put my head mic in my bag, and it's like about the size of Geek's, but it's like a blue and black one. They'll be like, "What's this? A head mic? What do you need that?"
They'll need to know your whole life story.
My boss doesn't like that. That's my boss's my life stories. Like, yeah, like that. I don't know. It's so silly to think that we do something for fun, and we go through a TSA with a head mic, and they're like,
"We'll stop you."
Nothing bad. We're not gonna do anything bad.
I
promise. No. Yeah.
To be fair, TSA stops a lot of people because so much stuff goes through. You know what I mean? Like, or people try to bring so many ridiculous things through security. So I think they kind of always have to be on edge. I know there's been times that I've been going through security and they've stopped people that have like handguns, and the people are like, "Oh, I didn't know I couldn't bring my gun. I have a license for it." And you're like, "Well, you can't bring it on the plane." So I've seen them stop for some weird things. So now they're probably, like everybody coming through is going to be bringing something.
Yeah.
They stopped me for my stickers. I swear to God, I had my dudes at ringside stickers. I hand them out at the shows.
Yeah.
They were poking in there like through like that with a pencil or something.
They just wanted one. That's what it was.
Well, I was saying in the chat, if you want one of our stickers, just let us know. We'll send you a sticker like next week, right?
Yeah, send me a sticker, man.
Yes, that's our way we say thank you. That's our thank you card. That's like a thank you. That's like a small thank you card because you travel all over the world, and like this is like that's our thank you for like taking time out of your busy day just to sit with these two guys you never seen in your entire life. Just talk about wrestling.
I love this. I'm a talker. See, Megan Bain is not too much of a talker. I'm a talker.
You would have to look there the whole time, like, Megan, I want to talk to you.
Yeah.
I love that TikTok video of you when she picks you up and spin you around.
Do you know how many times that happens?
That is hilarious. How tall are you, by the way? If you don't mind me asking.
I am 5'1".
Oh my God! Did we just become best friends?
Are we the same size?
Yes, we are.
Then yeah, we definitely did. Which is now you see why I want to wrestle with Lil Mean Kathleen so much, because I could put her on my shoulders and then we're a normal sized person.
Wrestle Marco Stunt next too.
Yes, I'll reach out to him. I'll see if he wants to go.
Oh my God, that'd be fun. If you see Geek is a giant. How tall are you, Geek?
I don't know. I lost count.
Somewhere up there.
Probably like 5'5", right? Geek must be like 5'6".
Wow.
He even said 5'6". See how tall people are? They're like,
I know. It just. Ugh.
Like, I want to say it like my sister would say it. Oh, you are.
You are.
Rebecca Scott, Marco Stunt, Lil Mean Kathleen. There's a stable right there.
Oh, gosh.
There it is. Let somebody try to mess with us.
The little society. The little society. The little society. The little society.
I like this. I'm going to start working on it right away. As soon as I get off this call.
Oh, jeez. Look where we started, Joe.
The little society.
I feel like with our personalities, though, we're the biggest society in the world.
Exactly. Yeah.
But who would be the leader? Would be Kathleen? Would be the secret leader, like Vince McMahon with the hood up?
Definitely. Absolutely. Are you kidding me? Who else could it be?
Marco.
I think Kathleen's got him beat.
I'm just kidding.
Like Vince McMahon, you're all sitting in and around her, and she pulls the hood off. Say it with me the whole time.
Oh yeah. We could create magic. I'm telling you.
AEW, get on the phone, start the new stable. You have billions of stables.
Yeah, but they could add one more. They could add one more, right?
One more stable?
Yeah, why not?
What do they have? Like 10 stables? What do they have? 10 stables there now? Like, was it 10?
They have a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I have my own like predictions on what they're going to do with everything, but I think it's going to be a lot of mixed with, you know, the men having like their set like female wrestler in as well.
That's what I've been seeing too, with Chris Statlander being the best friends and Anna Jay being in the Dark Order.
Britt Baker now with Adam Cole.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to happen.
It's happening. Intergender stables, it's happening.
I like it.
It reminds me a lot of WCW in the 90s, how they had all those stables like the NWO, the NWO Wolfpack, the Four Horsemen, the Cowboys, whatever they were, with Kurt Hennig. I can't say stables without thinking about the Filthy Animals with Rey Mysterio and Billy Kidman and stuff like that.
My question is, which female would join Jurassic Express?
Ooh. That is a good question because they have to have somebody, right?
Yeah, it's just Christian. It was Marco. I don't know if he hasn't been on TV for a while.
Yeah, and it can't be Ty Conti because I think she's gonna help out with Sammy Guevara and stuff. I don't think Red Velvet either because I think she's kind of teamed up with Cody Rhodes for a little bit. I don't know. That's a good question.
What about King?
Who?
King.
Kylie?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That'd be a great. Yeah. I think she would actually be amazing in Jurassic Express.
I think it'd be a big swerve. Toss in Little Mean Kathleen in that stable.
Yeah.
Because she'd be like, she can get on the shoulders, on top of the shoulders.
Jungle Boy. On Jungle Boy, right?
Ooh, yeah. Just keep stacking them up. You guys should just write for the show. You've got this figured out.
We gave him good ideas to your boss, and he's like, not too bad.
Not too bad.
He's just doing this the whole show, and he's thinking, who pays these guys? You know what pays us? Key Food and Coca-Cola.
Hey.
Our real jobs.
Yes, we call those our gimmick jobs.
Yes.
It's like that meme that Joe put on.
Oh God! I thought the wrestlers were gonna come unfollow us and never talk to us again because I was just thinking like, this is funny, and then afterwards, the nice, friendly, sweet Joe was like,
oh shit!
Oh crappers! Oh
they're gonna get so much heat for this.
We're gonna get in trouble. Like teenage Joe was like, here we go. If you watch American Dad. I'm gonna do the voice. I sounded like the son from American Dad. Oh no, Dad's gonna get so mad at me. I'm done. I
do that all the time where I'm like, I don't know if I should post this because it's funny to me. And if for those people who know my sense of humor, they would think it's hilarious, but you just never know. You kind of just like all the time.
Oh no, bouncers.
Yeah.
So, Rebecca, where can people find you?
So my social media is super simple. I think I'm not super great at it. I think it's the Rebecca J. Scott at Twitter. And then let me double check my Rebecca J. Scott is my Instagram handle. And then my Twitter is the Rebecca J. Scott. And that's it. That's what I got.
Yeah. Do you have any upcoming shows or you don't have anything yet?
So I wasn't able, so our CCW show Battleground got canceled because we had this huge snowstorm. So I wasn't able to make the February booking, because I have a flight, which is kind of like always that balancing act is really tough because I get my flight schedule and then I get these awesome shows that reach out and I have to, if I have a flight, I can try to change it to a different day, but if not, then I just have to do that. That's the priority. But I think I'm going to be at the CCW show in March. And then I have some stuff coming up in May, and then also in March. I can't say too much about it,
You don't have to.
but I'll be going to Puerto Rico for a little bit.
What? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not Puerto Rican, so yay! How was your Spanish?
I love Puerto Rico.
How was your Spanish?
Not great. Not great, Joe.
Okay. You could always go on, you know what you do? And this gets me into trouble on Instagram when my reading's not that good, or if someone says something in Spanish, you go on Google and you type in what you want to learn how to say, and then flip it over to Spanish and type it, and then it'll pop up in Spanish, and you can just say, and it'll just pop up.
That's a good idea. I've been to San Juan a few times. During their big earthquake, I actually went over there with the team for the community affairs for the airline I work for. We delivered supplies to all of the people that were affected by the earthquake. So there were so many people living in tents and, you know, in the stadium and stuff because their houses had just crumbled. So we went over there and spent some time there. There were a couple times where there was the language barrier, but for the most part, it wasn't too bad. But yeah, Google Translate or that kind of stuff, I think is kind of my lifesaver in most cases.
Being Geeks Live all the time.
Mm-hmm. Especially when I went to Germany, that was a big one because I ventured out by myself and I'm sightseeing, and then the street names and everything else, I'm like, there's just letters. None of this makes sense to me. So I was putting everything in Google Translate and just showing it to people like, where's the train? How do I get home?
Yeah.
Definitely, because it's like when someone's trying to reach out to us in another language, I'm like, what are they saying?
Oh,
you just got to translate it really fast.
I'm like, go Google Translate. What are they saying? Oh, okay.
You can even, we have our little spiel that we send to the wrestlers. We could actually, it's a lot of words, but I'm thinking it's not going to be able to do it. Google's going to say too long. It doesn't. Flip it over to Spanish, Japanese, Chinese. I've never tried to change it to like a language that I'd never thought of, but I'm like, there are wrestlers in South Africa, and I wonder if they have South African.
Mm.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, all right.
We want to thank you so much for coming on the podcast, by the way. Thank you so much. We want you to
Thank
come
you
back.
guys for having me. This has been great. Sorry about the connection stuff at first. I'm kind of out in the middle of nowhere, so that didn't help.
All right. If you want to do the way we always close out the show, we have if our mod is paying attention, if you want to do a screenshot and are you on your phone or are you on your laptop?
Me, I'm on my laptop.
If you want to do a screenshot so you can remember this moment forever, if you can.
Of course.
Yeah.
Ready? Got it.
All right, there you go. All right, thank you so much for coming on.
This is Joe Panther III.
I'm Metal Geek.
And I'm Rebecca Scott.
And we will see you in the next one.
Bye, guys.